My name is Safwan Shah. I'm the president and founder of PayActiv, and with me is my chief technology officer and co-founder, Suhail Aslam. So this is a story of an average American family. Jim works, earns about $20 an hour. He's a mental health counselor at a call center. He's one of 90 million people living paycheck to paycheck without $400 in savings and certainly no lifeline for credit. His wife, Janet, has stopped working. They cannot afford daycare anymore, and they just had twins. Through this story, I'm going to describe to you how PayActiv is reimagining fintech for the millions of people who need it the most. So imagine this as the setting. Jim is at work, and he has just received a text from his wife, Janet. Janet has asked him to transfer $162 into a bank because they're about to be hit with a $35 penalty fee. She also says that I've already talked to Mom, and she has said no to another loan. Finally, she says to him that, Jim, please don't forget to bring milk and diapers on the way back home. To which, as a doting husband would say, Jim says, honey, I'll take care of this. But she goes on to say that whatever may happen, please don't go to another online lending site and get another loan. He says he won't. He promises that he won't. In fact, what he tells her is that his employer has a new benefit. And that benefit, he says, is PayActiv. And he tells her to check out payactiv.com. Even if this story doesn't sound familiar to you, this is the reality of millions of households in America. 2 in 3 families in America are living with this financial stress. Business Insider calls it the disease with no name. Neil Gabler, in the very recent issue of the Atlantic magazine, calls it financial impotence. PayActiv is the lifeline for these 50 million households. We are the only option available to these millions of households to be able to get access to funds to deal with basic life expenses without incurring any additional debt. In one app, with a few clicks now, we will show to you how PayActiv service is able to help Jim deal with the 3 problems that he has to deal with. Avoid the $35 late fee, which is going to be hitting him that evening. Get access to cash to take milk and diapers home, and also to start a savings plan. So let's begin. So what you see in front of you is the basic mobile application. Right at the top, the amount that you see is money that Jim has already earned, but has no access to. As you know, we earn every day. In fact, we earn every hour. But we are paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. In the case of Jim, who lives paycheck to paycheck, this is his money, but he cannot get it because it is stuck with the employer. The PayActiv service enables him to use this money to deal with his current problem. So the first thing he does, and Suhail will go ahead and transfer $162 to the bank. In this transaction, he has avoided the $35 late fee, which was going to hit him tonight. And you can see the steps of the transaction, which is like in 1 or 2 clicks, he's able to do that. The next thing he needed was money to pick up cash when he gets home for the milk and diapers, remember? So he goes ahead. In line with the transaction, we allowed him the ability to access cash because that's what he needs the most at that time. So he goes ahead, asks for $100, and he gets a PIN code which allows him to go to any ATM machine and pick up the cash that he needs. We actually provide this entire network service to him today as we are working with the major ATM networks. So in 2 out of 3 problems are solved. He has just been able to transfer the money to the bank, and he has been able to get the cash to bring milk and diaper home. The next thing we want to do is to set him up with a savings plan. So let's ahead and go and take him to savings. Now, he's got What we do, we reimagine savings in a brand new way. Whereas everyone else asks you to save after you've spent money. I wonder if you've thought about it. It totally confounds me. First you go and spend, and then with the pennies that are left for you, we'll round them up. Look, give me a break. That's not how you save. You save at the source. You save as you earn. You budget and allocate at that time. So we reimagine the entire savings process. And what we do is, let's make a savings plan for Jim. So using our approach, what he does is he saves in units of time. Jim lives in an hourly world. He works every hour, makes $20. At the end of the day, instead of asking him to save 5 or 10% of what he has already made, what we do is we ask Jim to save 30 minutes or 1 hour. So let's give Jim an option to save 1 hour of earnings. So the way it works is he goes ahead and picks an hour. And if it is an hour, he can allocate 30 minutes of that or 15 minutes of that to different things. And as time passes, as a month, 2 months, or 3 months passes, that amount of money is automatically moved to his checking or savings account. This then is how PayActiv is changing the lives of millions of workers. Today, we are being used by employees of Goodwill, major farms in California and Arizona, major hospitals in the United States, factory workers in New Jersey. In fact, every one of the people who use it are making a big difference in their lives. Employers who use our service consider it a financial benefit with a huge impact. I appeal to all of you who are the financial institutions, work with us. We can help you deal with the business customers that you have. If you are an employer of large number of people in low income, we can also work with you. Please do come to our exhibit booth after this, whenever the next break is, and thank you very much.